Good morning, YouTube. It is Tuesday, July 25th, 2023, 7:12 a.m. Headed for another day at MLS, working for Hertz, the rental car center. It's my neighbor with her cute little dog over there. She is so absolutely adorable. I really don't understand how the guy next door pulled that off. He looks like a ogre. Lucky him, I guess. Although I hear them arguing through the walls all the time, and it sounds not so lucky. So who knows? All I know is she looks like exactly what I would have liked to have had last night, to have a less long and lonely night. So since the last video, I haven't had time to do anything with my car. Once I determined when I got home that it would start back up again, that was pretty much the end of me worrying about the car. I went inside, tried to relax and just get over all the heat, because that last hour I was stressing about my car not starting. I got so hot and so stressed out, and just ended up I just ended up passing out. So much for being productive, or going to Al's cell phone store out in Tempe, or really accomplishing anything. I do wish I would have at least come back out and tried to figure out what's wrong with my car stereo. I did mention it to Rob, because at one point I had texted Rob and said that AAA is telling me that I've had too many rescues and no more until I renew in September. And he said that he would even have been willing to help me, but that he was already home for the day, and he lives across town, like way in the Northwest Valley. I said to get a hold of him, in the morning if I needed some help, because I told him kind of my contingency plan. It was, if I couldn't figure something else out, was just to take public transit home and leave it there and try to deal with it in the early morning. Gosh, usually I can turn right here a lot quicker, but a lot of traffic coming in off the 143. So, oh wow, what is this in the middle of the road? A tricycle with a big old umbrella and a big old woman. Anyway, when I texted Rob back about it, he said that it probably needs a code. And I said it's not prompting for a code, and now I realize what he's talking about. There are some kinds of radios that, if the battery goes dead, you need a code, and it'll have a prompt on the screen saying for code. My screen is dead, which just tells me that it's most likely a fuse problem. Damn it, I was going to go to 7-Eleven right there. I forgot that I was going this direction to go to 7-Eleven right here. On that note, I think I'm going to head down to the one on 48th and Van Buren. It kind of sucks having no radio in the car. No tunes, no nothing. Yikes. I'm kind of wishing I brought my little amplified speaker that plays MP3s off micro SD cards that I used to listen to on the forklift. That could come in really handy, right? This guy turning right in front of me. Thanks for that, jerk. All right, nice turn signal too. Yeah, hopefully I can find some time to pop my hood open and look at it, but I got a feeling that when I do have the time for that, it's going to be so hot I'm not going to want to. In fact, the forecast is even higher than it has been today. I think the forecast for today is 117. But it feels cooler than it's been in the morning, so the forecast has a way of changing, and I'm crossing my fingers that it's got lower. So as you might notice, I've got up a little earlier and headed out the door a little earlier. It still took me a while to get out the damn door. I didn't get it out as early as I was trying to. I kept realizing I was missing things and going back in the apartment, and then missing other things and going back in the apartment. God, I'm such a space cadet when it comes to that kind of stuff sometimes. So now, notably more than 2 weeks behind on uploading my vlog. In fact, I'm still working on, I want to say Sunday the 9th, but I think I'm up to the wee hours of the morning on Saturday the 10th, or Monday the 10th. But still, damn, I want to say I've never been this behind on uploading my vlog before, but I probably have. And I'm back. That didn't take too awful long. Taking advantage of my EBT card right now, although the card's been through hell and back, so it doesn't always swipe on the first swipe, and you always have to pick EBT cash or EBT food, but sometimes it says snap. Anyway, this point of sale system, the text was so small I couldn't see what the buttons said, and I used the button on the left because I guess the last time I used one of these I used the button on the left, and on this point of sale it's the button on the right. And I don't understand why things like that aren't more standardized. Like, if you use the button on the left, it should always be the button on the left. If you use the button on the right, it should always be the button on the right, and all point of sales should put the same buttons on the same side, be it right or left. The lack of standardization on simple things like that just really drives me crazy. So 7:25 a.m. doing good time-wise on getting to work. Trying to think of what to do for food. Yesterday, because I'm really hungry now. Which reminds me, I got a little block of cheese down in my Circle K or 7-Eleven bag. Take the edge off. They had a bit of a special, not a great price, but a bit of a special on mix and match 20-ounce sodas. So I got 4 Mountain Dews because I got a feeling I'm going to need that much sugar and caffeine to get through today. So as I said, I went to sleep pretty much right after I got home last night, which is really earlier than I anticipated going to sleep. Because, I mean, I only worked 8 hours yesterday. And granted, I had that whole hour of freaking out in extreme heat, trying to figure out what I was going to do about my car. And that felt more like work than any of the work that I did. I'm trying to go back up to... like he was gonna J-roll. Can you call it jaywalk when the person doing it can't walk? A guy there on the right with a stolen shopping cart full of garbage, pushing it northbound. I'm not even sure how much these Cracker Barrel extra sharp cheddar cheese blocks are, but definitely one of my favorite convenience store snacks when it's an option. I looked in their cooler of food at 7-Eleven, and I didn't see anything that looked reasonable for the price they were charging for it. I actually get better prices at the little snack bar inside the rental car center. So as an employee in the airport, I get 10% off there. First full day of work, I got a turkey and cheese sandwich on a croissant, super thick, a lot of turkey and a lot of cheese on it. They have little colored dots that explains which is the ones that are going to expire the next day are 50% off. So with the sandwich, it was like 50% off. It was really cheap. It was like about $5 or $5 and change, something like that. Which, you know, not bad for a sandwich as thick and hearty as that is. I mean, they're wanting like $7 for less substantial sandwiches over at 7-Eleven that aren't nearly as good or nearly as fresh. I think that's a good deal. So I mentioned the other guys in the maintenance driver crew as we were all driving around in the same vehicle. And the young guy, I think his name's Keontae. That guy is like a cartoon character come to life. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on that for fear that, you know, it might impact his job. But let's just say it's quality entertainment for the rest of us. I'm kind of using him to a point as an example for what rules need to be followed and what rules can be legitimately ignored. The French guy, Emmanuel, he don't like wearing seatbelts. And admittedly, I never wear my seatbelt in this car. But there, I'm at work. The policy is seatbelts on at all time. About the only time I don't wear a seatbelt is when I'm moving vehicles up a maintenance line. There's nothing between me and where I'm moving them, and no cross traffic or anything. Most of the time I'm moving them about 3 to 4 car lengths. And it was the other issue yesterday of getting in them and them being so hot that the steering wheel was literally burning my hand and the interior was burning my ass, and the air that was coming out of the air conditioning was just absolutely brutally hot. It was right in my face. Trying to, in addition to all of that torture, also burn my hand with a seatbelt buckle, or my shoulder with a seatbelt. So I came by here, the sign says it's supposed to be open at 7. Yeah, I don't see any sign that they're actually open. There is a vehicle in the front. Alright, and it looks like we got some homeless people sleeping in the back. Wow, that looks like an incredibly uncomfortable position to sleep in. Like all hunched over. Almost zombie balls.
Thank you for doing that taco. I had that.
Wow, you guys are here this morning. Nice. Sorry, I had a coupon on the app, but I didn't open it already. Okay, here it is. I got a coupon for buy one get one free crispy bacon.
Oh, does it have a barcode?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, 2D barcode. Well, it's on. Yeah, it's on the app, but yeah, it's.
Okay, that's
They
fine.
finally updated the app where you guys can just scan it, so I don't have to mess with.
Alright, so what is it?
It's a crispy bacon breakfast burrito.
Egg and cheese?
It just says crispy bacon breakfast burrito, but yeah, I guess it comes
bacon? Okay.
comes with bacon breakfast
Alright, and that's all
burrito.
you want?
Well, it's buy one get one free, so 2 of those.
Right. So is that all you want to get today?
Yeah, that'll be.
You
Huh?
can pull up the window.
Yeah.
The bacon one you said?
What's that?
Alright, it works.
Yay! Yeah, no, since they added that to the app, it's a lot less annoying to use. Sorry, my cards are all out of order this morning. That's the one I'm looking for.
Any sauce?
Can you put a couple packets of Del Scorcho in there?
Alright, that'll be okay.
Thank you. And so the people all slumped over behind the restaurant, which I don't think my camera caught. It's a couple. The woman looks like she'd clean up nice. Still bewilders me how so many lonely guys like myself, single guys, hardworking guys, and women like that are just choosing to roll with homeless men. That will never make sense to me. I saw another couple looked homeless that I don't know. They might have cut on my video. I can't remember if they walked in front of me or behind me, beside me. But they walked behind the Del Taco and then proceeded to kind of. Oh no, yeah, they went behind the convenience store to the south, and I forget what the heck it's called. It's part of the Chevron station. But yeah, it looks like they're sitting in the shade on the north side of the building. Also just kind of kicking it together. Their backpacks. At least they look pretty clean. Well, I finally got to use that coupon. That's the burrito I was going on and on about. I wonder if this goes to my Del Taco points just from them scanning this. Thank you. That's the coupon I was complaining about a couple weeks ago that I came and hoped to use and wasn't able to use because the app let me put it in there, but they weren't serving breakfast. Double cheese breakfast taco starting at $1.49. At 7:36, I'm still doing pretty good for time. Although I can't think of anything else I really need to do before heading to work. I put the Mountain Dew that I opened back with the 3 unopened ones as opposed to putting it in my drink holder. I was looking down at them, I couldn't figure out which was which. Speaking about not figuring out which one is which, it still drives me nuts. Ooh, hello, big truck. Still drives me nuts how Mountain Dew and Diet Mountain Dew have such similar packaging. Every so often I end up buying Diet Mountain Dew, and that's stuff's just absolutely disgusting to me. Sometimes the retailers actually have it mixed in the same row, which tells me that the people that are stocking it also have trouble telling them apart. And I was looking at the way they had it inside cooler stocked at the 7-Eleven, and they had a whole shelf dedicated to Mountain Dew. That's a good thing in my book. I think what they were trying to do is the Mountain Dew, and then right next to it the Diet Mountain Dew, which is a thing that throws me off because those packages look damn near identical to me. With the code red next to it, nobody's mistaking code red for anything else because, duh, it's red. And then I think there were two less popular flavors that were in row to the left of the Code Red. And I was thinking, man, why don't they put the regular Mountain Dew on the right, then the Code Red, then the other rando flavors. And since they don't apparently offer diet, at least I didn't see it, diet for the other flavors, put the diet, oh shit, put the diet on the left. I totally just cut that Tesla off. Sorry, dude. Oh, man. I should know better than to get on this freeway at this time of the morning. And I didn't even check the traffic first. At least I'm running plenty early right now. I wonder if that's the same kind of Tesla that I drove yesterday. Picked it up at some body shop on a side street that's kind of hard to get to. You have to hit it from Price Road, Frontage Road, on the east side of Loop 101. Just a little bit to the north of Broadway Road. It's between Broadway and Apache. Oh yeah, had I looked at my traffic view, I would not have even got on this freeway. Whoops. There's some time I'm not getting back. So, wow, I may as well eat my breakfast burrito while I'm moving so slowly. I hate metered on-ramps. I get the purpose of them. It doesn't make me like them anymore. I'm just staying in the exit-only lane and going directly to 32nd Street. Looking at the traffic view, it looked not good all the way to the short stack. And even yesterday, when it looked good to the short stack, it really wasn't. Sucks not having the radio on in here. Even when I'm not listening to it, like I've kind of become a comfort sound in the car as background noise. That's something I'm really starting to enjoy in the cars and MLS, moving them around. I'm getting a whole lot better at utilizing some of the different entertainment systems on styles of cars that I drive a lot, and noticing some of the similarity in systems in different cars where they might look a little bit different on the surface, but they have the same software and controls, particularly the ones that GM cars use. I was scooping for a while yesterday in a Chevy Blazer, and yes, I do hate driving SUVs. That hasn't changed. It wasn't my preference. I picked that car out specifically because, wow, John Lodge of the Moody Blues is going to be at Celebrity Theater. That's pretty cool. Not that I can afford to go or take time off, but it's kind of cool to know that John Lodge is still touring. I've actually seen the Moody Blues before. I saw them, I want to say, early 1992. Maybe it was late 1992. Went on a date to that with a young woman. I think she was 18 and I was 21. maybe 22. I want to say that was after Amy and I had split up, which would have made me 22. And this girl, when I met her, she was 17, but she was 18 by then. So yay, everything legit and legal. Man, I can't remember her name to save my life. I was thinking of her the other day too, as I was driving over the short stack on the ramp that goes from the southbound 51 to the eastbound 202. Oh, I just realized there's a train to the south. I don't want to mess with that. And there's another train. So, yeah, I was thinking of her because I remember one night when we were out. It wasn't the same night. We were sort of dating there for a little bit. And unfortunately, it never really got physical between her and I, which was weird. Like, that was not a normal thing for girls I was dating at that time. Most girls I dated at that time got really physical really fast. But yeah, that girl I really considered like serious and considered her as very much like wife material, even though she was so young and I was so young. She lived with parents, knew her solidly upper middle class in Scottsdale, around like Hayden, McDonald area. When I was living with my friend Rob over there in the townhouse off of Chaparral. We had a townhouse, Chaparral and Granite Reef-ish. Dang, it's really killing me. I can't remember her name. But, oh man, I just barely missed the left turn arrow. On the bright side, car air conditioning working great, and the temperature gauge is staying way lower than I've been accustomed to seeing it. So it looks like Rob got it right this time. Yeah, I've mentioned this several times when I've gone by it, but now's the perfect time to get some actual good shot of it. That was the Carl's Jr. It's been closed for a while, but yeah, let's hear it for the flame-broiled taste of Carl's Jr. Oh crap. I should have known coming this way that train would still be camped out there. And the shitty thing is I could have kept going on Washington and hung a left on the I-10 access road and then used the ramp that I normally use to get to the car rental center. Well, it's labeled car rental center that actually takes you over to Sky Harbor Circle. Now I'm heading for a train that I have no way of knowing how long it's going to take. And I don't think that there's any options for thoroughfares that'll get me back onto other streets going to the right. Man, I really hate not having a clock in my dashboard. I miss that more than I miss being able to listen to the radio. That's my best option. I don't like the idea of being late for work because I was stuck at a damn train. So as I was mentioning earlier, when the whole crew, well, actually it wasn't the whole crew. We hadn't seen Emmanuel yet. Right when I showed up for work, I immediately hooked up with Keontae and Andre. They were already driving around. I saw them as I was walking into the break room to clock in. And I was like, hey, so I just roll around with you guys, right? And they're like, yeah, just clock in and hop in here. And I did go ahead and talk to the management inside the window just to make sure that's what I was supposed to do before I kind of went in the wrong direction. But trying to avoid talking to Esther just because her and I just clash in the way we each communicate. I tend to be overly specific to the point it's bothersome for people, and I really require that. Otherwise, I'm not clear on what people are saying. I just don't. You can't come at me with a whole bunch of adverbs and pronouns and expect me to understand your directions. And I guess some people are really good at keying in on that. I'm just not. And she gets flustered when I ask her to be more specific, or she just repeats the same adverbs and pronouns. And it's just highly frustrating. Well, I got lucky with the timing of these lights. Oh, no, you don't. So yeah, trying to avoid that. Well, apparently that's the direction that I was going to toot on this guy for not turning on red, but there's no turn on red sign for the lane off to the right. I honestly think this lane you're allowed to turn on red, but this guy isn't doing it. Come on, you can do it, dude. Alright, well, it's green anyway. And of course, now we missed this light. Now, if he'd have just turned on red, we'd have caught that light. So, yeah, I started rolling around with him from the get-go, and wasn't too long into the shift, I asked him, it's like, hey, do you think we can pop into the car rental center and hit the snack bar and see what sandwiches they got that have the sticker for 50% off, so we can, I can get one before they run out and kind of get first pick of that. And they're like, oh, it doesn't open till 10. It's like, okay. Which I didn't know, so I know that now. It's all a learning experience. Every question I asked, and hopefully I learn a little more. So he opened at 10. Anyway, we ended up finally going up there about 10:45, and at 10:45, I went in there, and it wasn't the same guy that was working there on Friday. It was a couple of young girls. The one that rang me up was super sweet and super cute, and then at one point she swiveled the screen around me for me to key in my tip. It's like, come on, girl, I just told you I work for MLS. I hardly make any money at all, and I'm laboring out in the sun. And she swiveled that thing around like I'm gonna give her a tip. I think that girl is actually young enough to think that's supposed to be a tipped position. It's like, sorry, sugar, you're not waiting tables. And I didn't say anything like that to her. I just tapped the no tip button and went on with my day. But boy, did her demeanor just change, like I had hit a button to change her demeanor. But anyway, people that are that young are funny. So, but she sure was cute, darn it. Anyway, and when I went in, I had asked nobody in particular, because I'm looking at the sandwiches, and they're just like, well, which color is 50% off? And some said all of them are, because it's happy hour. Which has me wondering, if there's a designated color that is 50% off, and then there's a specific time that's happy hour where all the sandwiches are 50% off, wouldn't the sandwich of the color that's 50% off be 50% off the price of 50% off, and that's 25%? In other words, 75% off. Because if I can make that deal happen, I'll buy them all. I'll get there between 10 and 11, buy all of them sandwiches. I That'll be my food plan for a while. Man, I am hating looking down at my dash and not seeing what time it is. Ooh, it's 53 after. Good thing I rolled out early with all the faux pas I had coming out here. Anyway, really looking forward to this job. I'll make sure my headlights are off. I also need to make sure I do a better job of putting my damn sunshade up, because last time it fell down. Oh, wow. Looks like the cord that I tied the one side up with is completely disintegrated from heat. The one side I've got the suction cup, which lately has been sticking to the windshield better than it's sticking to the sunshade, which is fine. I figured a trick to getting it on there. The other side, I still have, from the day I lost the suction cup, literally the day I bought this thing. I think I got it tied up good enough. It's not going anywhere. Get everything situated in my Amazon bag. Bringing one almost full sweet tea with lemon. Got one of these. They generally give out bottled water, so I can put that in bottled water and like an electrolyte beverage. 3 unopened Mountain Dews. 1 open Mountain Dew. 5 or 6 beverages in it, depending on how you count them. I can squeeze that into my Amazon backpack. No, I can't. All right. I don't like the zipper on this Amazon bag as much as I like the zipper on my old Amazon bag, but the straps, on the other hand, are much better made. So they're, oh man, a bunch of that cloth that's disintegrating on the edge of my sunshade is, let me see, guys. Here's my receipt from 7-Eleven. Got $239 in SNAP benefits stolen. That's a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to work. Thanks for coming with on the drive.